Okay, so you're probably here because you've heard about the latest with the Brown family, specifically Coyote Pass, and you want the quick version, right?
Yes, skip the endless scrolling.
Exactly.
Mm.
Consider this your shortcut. We're diving into a recent YouTube video from Reality Charm. It kind of pulls together reports, teasers, spoilers for the new Sister Wives season.
It's a good summary of what's being talked about.
So, our mission today, let's really unpack the whole Coyote Pass story.
Mm-hmm.
The purchase, why nothing got built, the sad...
And the fallout, big fallout, financially and emotionally.
Right. By the end, you'll get the key facts and hopefully understand what it all means for them moving forward.
Absolutely. Coyote Pass wasn't just dirt. It was this huge symbol for them, their dreams, how things changed.
And how it all kind of fractured in the end.
Totally. So to get where we are now, we got to rewind a bit back to 2018.
Okay.
That's when the family, Cody, Robin, Christine, Janelle, Mary, they bought this land together. 14.5 acres in Flagstaff, Arizona. Paid $820,000.
And the big dream, I remember this, was Cody's vision, wasn't it? One giant house for everyone.
Yeah, that was the initial pitch. And the video, the Reality Charm one, it mentions how optimistic the wives seemed at first. Like, this move was it.
A fresh start, unified family, all that.
But, well, reality hit differently. That one house idea, it fizzled out pretty fast.
Tensions were rising even before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. And then COVID just amplified everything. So basically, nothing significant ever got built on Coyote Pass.
Just a shed, I heard. And some kind of pond.
Exactly. A shed and, yeah, what people called an underwhelming pond. The land just sat there, kind of like a symbol of their stalled plans.
Which brings us to the big news. April 14th, 2025. It's sold.
Officially sold, according to the reports, for $1.5 million.
Wow. Okay. So even with all the delays and drama, they actually made a good chunk of change on it.
They did make a profit, but how that profit got divided, that's the core of the new drama based on the Reality Charm report.
Okay, let's get into that. How did the money supposedly get split?
So the report claims Cody and Robin got $750,000.
Half of it.
And then Mary and Janelle reportedly got $375,000 each.
Okay. Wait, what about Christine?
Right. Good point. The video reminds us Christine actually sold her share way back in 2022.
Oh, yeah, when she left.
Exactly. She sold it back to Cody for like $10.
$10?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Sounds symbolic, right? She wanted to cut ties completely, emotionally, financially, the whole thing, so she could benefit from her own house sale.
Makes sense. Okay, so with that distribution, half to Cody and Robin, a quarter each to Mary and Janelle. How did that go down?
Well, according to the report, not well. It suggests Mary and Janelle are pretty unhappy. They feel it's unfair.
Unfair how? Just the amounts or something else?
It seems to be the amounts, yeah.
Yeah.
The report mentions Mary even considered legal action at some point, and Janelle apparently talked to lawyers, too.
Wow, so this really highlights, like, a total breakdown of trust, doesn't it?
Huge breakdown. Lots of resentment still tied up in that land, it seems.
So the sale wasn't just closing a chapter, it kind of ripped open some old wounds.
Or created new ones, yeah. It's messy.
Okay, so Coyote Pass is done. Where does this leave everyone now? What are the former wives up to?
Well, the Reality Charm update suggests Mary's really leaning into her own stuff, her business, and fixing up her bed and breakfast in Utah.
Focusing on herself. Good for her.
Seems like it. Building her own independence.
And Janelle. I heard something about a big move.
Oh, yeah. Total new chapter for Janelle. She moved to North Carolina. Bought land there.
North Carolina. Wow. What's the plan?
The video called it rom-com vibes, which is kind of funny. But yeah, hints of maybe flower farming.
Less flower farming?
Yeah, getting into that whole cottage core aesthetic. And maybe even thinking about like a retreat space, cabins, wellness weekends, something totally different.
That sounds amazing, actually. Very independent.
Totally. Building something just for her, on her own terms. And Christine, of course, she's remarried, living a happy monogamous life, seems totally done with polygamy.
Right. She's moved on very clearly. What about Cody and Robin?
The report says they bought a massive home.
Massive home.
And are living large, apparently. Which, given the reported unhappiness from Mary and Janelle about the Coyote Pass money.
Yeah, I can imagine that news doesn't sit well with everyone.
Probably not. And all of this sets up the drama for the rest of Sister Wives Season 19. The Reality Charm video pointed out some key bits from the TLC teaser.
Oh, right. The season starts back up April 20th. What did the teasers show?
some intense moments. You see Janelle getting really emotional about Coyote passing. It's still tying her to Cody, stopping her from moving on.
Oof, that's heavy. Still tied to the land.
Yeah, and then you see Mary at Coyote Pass looking furious. She's actually wearing her Worthy Up merch.
Oh, wow.
And she tells Janelle she's super mad. So the emotions around the sale are clearly still running high.
And Cody, what's his take in the previews?
Classic Cody defense, it seems. He insists he's not ripping anyone off.
Directly addressing the money complaints, then.
Looks like it. It'll be interesting to see how they frame that whole situation in the show.
And the tell-all preview. Anything juicy there?
Sounds like it. Christine reportedly says they were all abandoned. That's a strong word.
Yeah, it is. What about Robin?
Her reaction, at least in the snippet shown, was apparently kind of dismissive. Something like, whatever, I don't care.
Ouch. That'll stir things up.
For sure. And then Suki, the host, asks Cody if he'd do plural marriage again. And Cody apparently wants to just shut Suki down. Doesn't sound like he's up for much reflection on that.
Seems about right. Defensiveness continues.
Pretty much. But here's an interesting potential twist the reality charm video brought up.
What's that?
The possibility of Mary and Janelle actually, teaming up, leaning on each other more in season 19.
Mary and Janelle.
Yeah.
Seriously. They haven't exactly been best buds historically.
Right. Their relationship has always been kind of rocky. But the video did point out moments, like Janelle supporting Mary during the whole catfishing thing.
Oh, I remember that.
And Janelle seemed genuinely happy for Mary about the bed and breakfast purchase, remember?
Yeah, that's true. There were glimpses. So maybe this shared Coyote Pass experience, feeling wrong together, maybe it's bonding them.
It's a possibility. Sometimes going through the same difficult stuff can build bridges, unexpected alliances.
Interesting. So, okay, let's wrap this up. Coyote Pass is sold. They made money.
Yep, a profit, but also a whole lot of emotional and financial drama seems to have come with it.
Relationships seem even more fractured, and everyone's heading in pretty different directions.
Definitely. New beginnings for the former sister wives.
And hopefully for you listening, this deep dive gave you a good, solid overview of this whole complicated mess without you having to wade through everything yourself.
Saved you some time, hopefully.
So here's something to think about, maybe. Given how the money was reportedly split and all the hurt feelings, what do you think is the biggest challenge for each of them now?
Is it the money stuff?
Yep.
Or is it more about healing emotionally? Or maybe just figuring out who they are now outside of that big family structure?
Yeah, good questions. Something to chew on as we see what happens next. Anyway, you are now definitely up to speed on the Coyote Pass saga.